So as I said in the backtesting video, I'm just going to be doing a little weekly recap of last week, and I'll be starting on Monday. So, holy fuck. So yeah, on Monday, I'm pretty sure I was leaning pretty sure I was bearish. I'll double check though. So check real quick. What date? That was 23rd. Yeah, so overall the 4-hour structure was bearish, but I'm pretty sure yeah, this candle was still pushing higher towards like okay, that's right, we had the new week opening gap here, and we had like these lows down here to aim for. So just waiting on this placement. Okay, what ended up happening? So we come up and we start respecting this 4-hour gap. We get some strong displacement lower. Here's Monday. So yeah, we start to respect the 4-hour gap, get really strong closes lower. We come up, retrace, but don't get a flip, and the delivery to our draw liquidity was really shit. So honestly, nothing in here that I would be taking personally. Along to the new week opening gap just isn't like there's no safe entry at all. We didn't have a retrace and a strong flip. We kind of just had a one candle, like just some bullshit like that, one candle pattern, and I didn't want to enter that. And then once we started displacing lower, retrace, we didn't follow through with any displacement or delivery. So honestly, today nothing that I would be taking. Okay, so yeah, right. So today the hourly was really unclear. So I didn't want to target that 7 a.m. low, but if there was displacement, I was happy to target the London low and this low down here. And those are my main. What is this color? Oh, that's like I'm using horizontal. Oh, fuck yeah. I was happy to target London low and this previous day low right here. So I'll hop onto the 1 minute and see what happened. But yeah, I was leaning bearish going into that day, but not a strong bias. Okay, so market opens, we're gonna get displacement straight down to the draw with no entry. Come down, take the draw, don't follow through to the next one. There's no retrace and flip sequence that confirms that we're gonna keep on delivering down to the next draw. And then we start to flip higher, displacing up, but there wasn't really. Oh, actually, I remember there was this. We had a 7 a.m. high. Okay, cool. So I'll go over what happened. And yeah. So if we look at the higher time frame at this point, we'd come down, swept the low completely, and I'm pretty sure we'd also, yeah. And at this point, we're also respecting a 4-hour gap. So we start respecting a 4-hour gap, sweep the low, and start to get a V flip higher. Man, fucking hell, I hate changing time frames on this shit. 5 minutes started flipping super bullish, 1 minute started flipping super bullish, and we also had SMT at that low. So I'm pretty sure it was like mid this candle here. I actually just wanted to long this. The only reason why I didn't is because I didn't have conviction in the 7 a.m. high. I had conviction like in what we had done. I liked how we had come down, swept out the draw with respect to the 4-hour gap and got a strong flip. But just because it's a 7 a.m. high, I didn't have conviction in the draw on liquidity, so I didn't take it. But honestly, this was the trade of the day, and this was the trade to take. If I saw that again this week, considering what we had done on the higher time frame and the strength of the displacement, then I would definitely take it. Yeah, that was Tuesday. So another pretty rough day. Hold on. Okay, I can't remember what my draws were on Wednesday, but I'm assuming I would have been bullish. Probably just targeting this next gap, I'd assume. Yeah. That would have been it. So I would have been bullish targeting the next gap. And we'll drop down to lower time frames to see what happened. I was actually kind of lagging. Can't actually remember this day at all for some reason. That's right, okay. So yeah, we get really strong displacement up on market open, kind of confirming that we are going to go to that draw. But then we don't really get a safe entry. Like, this is a shallow retrace and a flip. Like, yeah, I would have entered this, but it would have been instant break even. And that is probably like, one, the stop loss just isn't safe. Like, what is stopping us from just making a deeper retrace and getting a stronger flip? Like, absolutely nothing is stopping us from doing that. So I didn't like the retrace and flip sequence. Also, wasn't the biggest fan of the draw on liquidity. We were targeting a gap while we were in a gap, and yeah, the retrace and flip just was not it, in my opinion. We did like how I couldn't really have a safe stop loss, so I didn't enter that. And then yeah, we ended up taking the draw into this next opposing 4-hour and chopping for the rest of the morning. So I will close this and go on to the next day. Wait, do I have any drawings on? No. How the fuck? Alright, let me check the hourly. Wait, I think we had like a new day opening gap today. We did. Okay, so going into Thursday, we had that new day opening gap right there. Oh no, I think I remember this. Is this where we had the equal lows as well? I'm pretty sure it is. Dog, where the fuck? Yeah. Okay. So today, personally, I was leaning super bullish, which was probably where I made my mistake because we had these lows down here to aim for, and it was also an unfilled 4-hour, but I was super bullish to this gap and that high. Anyways, what happens is at market open, we start to displace lower to the next draw, retrace up a little bit and flip. I know a couple of people took this short here, like mid candle, like on this candle. I'm just a few people entered like there, which personally I don't like it, but yeah, they entered something like that. Just mid candle. After we displaced down off open, retrace, and 932 candle started printing bearish. I guess I just had a lot of conviction in the draw, which is fair enough. But I wanted to actually see a kind of A shape towards the new day opening gap. But that's what happened. And then we kept on flushing down, flushing lower and lower and lower. And then in terms of our draws lower at that point, what do we have? Do we have, okay. We had that no wick candle. So some people targeted that unfilled hourly. And there was also this no wick candle. So I'm just trying to see where some valid entry points would have been. I mean, you could possibly have taken this, except there's not really much confirmation at this point. That's one potential entry, or if you enter like here and just played a 1-to-1. Once we've gotten a little bit more confirmation, bro, please just. Actually, that's a pretty good entry there, because at that point we'd pretty much displaced through the I would like to also see what time that entry was. Okay, cool. That was at 10 a.m. So right when we displaced down to the bottom of that gap, that's actually a pretty nice entry. So we're respecting structure, respecting this 1 minute gap here. So we're getting some strong displacement down towards a clear draw. And yeah, pretty much that was the only way you could have played that. You could have held it down to the no wick candle and just gone break even once this was tapped. But yeah, that's pretty much the only trade on that day. And then we go to Friday. Pretty sure Friday was really shit, but okay, so I said we were either gonna come up and retrace, tap the 4-hour gap, or we are gonna come down to these lows. I'm not 100% sure if at 9:30. Okay, no, so we'd already taken these draws. So it was either we were going to continue to displace lower and expand towards this low here, or we were going to retrace up to the 4-hour. And if we look at the 1 minute, yeah, I mean, do I even have to explain this day? We literally, it's up on the 5 actually. I'll probably explain it better. Okay. So, failing to push lower, failing to displace. Alright, so we come down, up, down, we're not trending anywhere. Then by the time we break out of the range, we start to chop. So absolutely nothing to take here, in my opinion, not delivering to any draws on liquidity at all. Let me try and. But if you're like me and you think you're a fucking sick cunt, then you took this short here and decided you weren't going to go break even once we pass the internal low. Pass the internal low, don't go break even, stopped out, lost my fucking shit. But in future, I'm going to wait for a 5-minute close and I'm going to go break even at the internal low. Especially when the internal low, about no way. So I'm not serious. Okay, well, yeah, but in future, actually, I'll go into the reasons for that trade. My child wants to load. Okay. I think we'd come up and tap to 15 at this point. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, we had. So I had a lot of conviction in the high time frame today being bearish. We come up, tap at 15. Then on the 5, it looks like we're about to get a really strong inversion close down here towards our drawn liquidity. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take this. I'll enter here. So I took it prematurely, didn't wait for the 5-minute inversion, and then I didn't go break even, and then I got stopped out. So yeah, it sucks. But it is what it is. I've learned from it. I've learned to be patient and not to force any trades. But yeah, it was a pretty slow week. No plays on Friday, but hopefully you guys didn't make the same mistakes as me and were able to preserve capital this week. Yeah. What video should I upload next? I just did 2 backtesting videos last night. A weekly recap now. I'll probably just wait until tomorrow. I'll do like a trade recap, trade review of the day. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that.